Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Danielle and this is my perspective. Today we will be talking about being mindful and intentional. This topic can get very long and I can go in very many directions. So I'm going to probably just stick with one, maybe two examples today. If you have any questions, of course, make sure you bring it to my attention and you know how to do that. So today, a lot of times we go through our days and we are on autopilot. It can be we wake up in the morning. When we wake up in the morning, we know we got to get up, we got to go pee, we got to do whatever we got to do, take our shower, brush our teeth, wash our face, get dressed, and just be on autopilot for that first part of the day because it is what it is, What I'm going to say is if you are mindful, the day may look different. And for me, a few years back, being mindful, when I started to be more serious about my spiritual journey and just wake up to my spiritual journey. I think that's what it is. I think I'll use that word. When I was waking up to being aware of how much more in control I could be in my life, then, sorry guys, the window's open. Then I was like, oh my goodness, like there is so much that I have control over that I haven't been taking control of. Like I've just been on autopilot. And so for me, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, just waking up in the morning would be like a thing, because when the alarm goes off, it scares the shit out of me. And so like, like when you're in a near miss car accident type thing and your whole body, like that adrenaline is just pumping through your body and everything, that would be me every single day when the alarm clock went off. And I'm like, this cannot be normal. Like, is this just me? Because everybody uses an alarm clock. Everybody's using. Just wait till Friday night and Saturday come. Like I try to be in another room on those days, but yeah, although I try not to record at night either, but yeah, it can be really loud. Anyway, so like so many people were like, they're okay with their alarms. Was I the only one who was getting scared? Like, it scares me just for an alarm. And so I would be happy when I would wake up before my alarm went off, because like I wasn't going to be scared shitless to wake up in the morning and then have to go to work. Like it takes a minute for that to even calm down, like for me to even get back to like a normal. And it's just like we got to do. And so I was just like, let me look into this. There's got to be a way. And yes, there are ways. And so the way that I took for myself was I get into a meditative state, right? For people who don't meditate, don't worry. So I calm down, like all my muscles, everything in my body, make sure everything's just relaxed, right? So this is eyes closed, like you've gone through your whole day. Don't have ooh, do I really have to go pee before I really go to sleep? Like, don't do that. Like, go pee. Like, get in the bed and know that you're in the bed for real. And so once you're in the bed, then relax, like completely relax your body. And then completely relax your mind. And so for me, relaxing my mind is, think of some place that is really peaceful for you. Like if you are somebody that really does enjoy being in nature, like plant yourself someplace in nature. Trees all around, beautiful, colorful flowers, everything. And there doesn't have to be any animals that you interact with. You can literally just be observing the animals and observing butterflies and birds and squirrels and all of that other stuff. Or if you want to be like fishing, you can be in peaceful waters and your pole is already cast, your line is already cast, and you're just standing with your boots on in the water or on the shore someplace, waiting for a fish to catch your line. And you know how you got to be quiet and just stand there. You don't want to scare the fish. Like, you can put yourself there. If you like to be on the beach, you can be on the beach. If you like the sun, oh my goodness, I love the sun. The sun can be like on you, but not to the point where you sweating but just on you, and you're just soaking in the energy of the sun. And you can have the the sand underneath your toes, or you can be in the water, just all those things. Whatever it is, just put yourself in that environment that is just so peaceful for you. Maybe you are laying on your back looking up at the stars, just something that you can be passive but be a part of, and it's just a relaxing thought for you. So for me, that's how I do mine. So again, relax the body from head to toe. Relax the body. And then your eyes are closed. You relax the body. You think of that place. And once you think of that place, it's just like, oh yeah. And then for me, sometimes I have to go back to relaxing the body, because I'll start interacting. Whatever my image is, I'll start interacting. And so, yeah, make sure you calm. So then relax the body again. Eyes are still closed. And then that time, what time do you have to wake up? Like for me, especially if it's an earlier time, like there's a time where I naturally will wake up, but then sometimes there's an earlier time where it's just like, ooh, can you be up at 4 o'clock today? Okay, sure. So it's not set alarm clock time. It is close your eyes. Now, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to look at a digital clock. And at a digital clock, it is the 4, the colon, the 3, which looks like a backwards E, because we're on a digital clock. We're not your handwriting, we're on a digital clock. The 3 and then the 0. And so I look and I see that 4, 3, 0. Depending on the time and day, just for me, depending, I'll sometimes also see that AM, just so that I know it's AM. Other times I'll tell myself 4 o'clock, it's X amount of hours from now, whatever, but I'll walk myself through every step, like don't get it mixed up. And so I'll see the 4 o'clock. And so that's the digital clock. And then I'll look at the analog clock. Analog clock, little hand on the 4, big hand on the 12. Sometimes, guys, I will also imagine that second hand, because it just depends. If I'm trying to be lazy that day, like I want it to be 4 o'clock and 58 seconds, It's just other times I don't care, and it's just like when I don't care, I might just be like 4 o'clock or a little bit before. And so if I say 4 o'clock or a little bit before, like what's the point of putting a second hand on there? Because I said or a little bit before. And usually for me, my results will be I'll wake up about 3:45, 3:48 type thing. Every now and then maybe 3:53, but just that it'll be between then, not anything super early. I think one time I did wake up about an hour early, but I had some stuff that I probably should have been doing anyway, so it was cool. But yeah, so that is me. Instead of being an autopilot, me being mindful of my body, how my body reacts to different things that I do when I was on autopilot. And so for me, I didn't like the alarm clock. The alarm clock, it scares me. It just does. Now, if I'm up and somebody's like, hey, can you do something at 3 o'clock? Can you do something at 5 o'clock? If you get off at this time, can you do this, this, and this? Then, I can set an alarm. I probably still don't. For me, most of the time, I still don't set an alarm. Like, if it's at that time, then I try to be very mindful of the time anyway. And so I'll know, okay, let me go ahead and do this right here for this person, before time or at this time. And it just, yeah, I rarely set alarms. Now I will put things on a calendar, completely different. I'll put things on a calendar, but as far as those alarms, yeah, I just took control of that. I stopped being on autopilot. I stopped being with everybody, and it's just like, it doesn't work for me. So that's what works for me. And you'll find that if you wake up at such and such a time, sometimes your body is used to it, and it's gonna just naturally wake up at this time every single time anyway. And so you'll find that even if you don't set that clock, that alarm clock, that your body is going to do it anyway. And that's just for me. So that's that. Another way with being mindful, and this is showering. I am a spiritual person. I'm not going to be like, ooh, I'm this, or ooh, I'm that. I'm just going to tell you I'm spiritual. Okay. So when I take my shower time is a very personal time. from the time I get in and have that shower on. Like, I know where the warm water is. I don't need to get in scalding hot water, but the warm water. And so I get in the shower. As soon as I'm in the shower, I have a spray bottle that I have mixed things in. And so my overall strong smell is peppermint oil. And so I have put my intentions into that peppermint oil. And so that peppermint oil, even though it's just peppermint oil mixed with the other things, when I spray it in the shower, I spray it on a surface, right? Because when you just spray it in the air, it's just there and then it goes. So when I spray it on the surface, then I smell it and it's like, okay, Danielle, this is it's kind of like what I told you, to go to that place that is more comfortable for you when you're trying to relax and before you go to sleep. So I do the same thing in the shower, but I don't go to that place. It is just to be like, okay, Danielle, we're not thinking about the past. We're not thinking about the future. We are in this present moment today. We are in this shower. And so when I'm in the shower, I'm not thinking about, ooh, I should have done this, I need to do that. It's not any of that. It is just, we are in the shower. And so when I'm in the shower, it's almost like when you hear people say that they're meditating and they're not thinking about anything, but everything floods to them, like they get answers and everything. A lot of times that will happen in the shower. And so like I have that sprayed. And so I'm not looking for answers to anything when I take the shower, when I take my shower. I'm not doing any of that. That's just what I do to make sure that I'm taking that time and that space for myself. And so when I'm putting my soap on, it just depends on what kind of day it is. And again, this is because I'm being mindful and intentional. You know, it's not, I'm taking a shower because it's daytime or because it's nighttime or because, you know, I'm here and it's lunchtime. Let me take a shower real quick, because I will take showers. Like, yeah, I've cut down. I used to take 5 showers a day. Yes, and yes. But that's when my child was younger. So now, yeah, I'm good, guys. I can do two showers is good. Sometimes 3, and you know, a lot of times I'm good with 1 shower. So yeah, it just depends on, again, being mindful and being intentional with things. You know, it's not to jump in the shower now. It's not to jump in the shower just to jump in the shower because I'm cold. Like, that would definitely be a big one. Now it is, okay, let me take a shower because maybe I need XYZ time. Maybe I need to, you know, just get back into this zone. Maybe I need to clean, you know, so it's just different. So when I am putting the soap on, again, depending on what that need is, the soap goes on in a certain way. So for example, arms, right? When I'm doing my arms, everything is coming down. You know, we're doing a down motion. This down motion can be, let's say that I've gone and I've hung out with people. I've been around people. I don't know. Let's just say maybe I was someplace and the vibes weren't that good. So when I take my shower, down motion. And when I'm doing down motion, it is taking off, getting off of me, you know? And so I don't know if I have any residue of those bad vibes being on me. And so it's taking off, you know? Taking off. I don't want to put up because that's attracting to. I want to repel. So I want to go down. And so again, that's me being mindful and intentional when I'm taking my shower. It is not to take a shower just because, ooh, before you go to bed, you're supposed to take a shower. Or when you wake up in the morning, you're supposed to take a shower. Supposed to. It's not that. It is being intentional and being mindful. You know, there is a reason, and it's not because people say that that's what you're supposed to do. So again, come out of a crowd, then definitely I'm going down, you know, because I'm taking all of it off. Even for legs, for the stomach, for everything is down, to take off, to get off. It's like brushing dirt off, you know, get off of me. That same down motion, you're going down. So that is for me. And again, I'm just bringing to your awareness to be intentional and to be mindful, not to be on autopilot so much. And when you do that, you will find that you grow deeper in your spiritual journey. Another thing that I do is because I am allergic to lotion, there's a lot of things that I am very, if I'm not allergic to things, very sensitive, very sensitive. And I got a hold of something and I don't know what it is. I mean, I can narrow it down to, I think I'm at 3 things that I can narrow it down to, but something had me scratching from head to toe, literally. And when I say scratching, I'm not talking about, ooh, it's a little itch. Like, I'm talking like clawing at myself because something was really, and it got to my hands. And so that's why you'll see my hands are really messed up. That one hand has 4 things on it that I just started scratching and it just got to me, but it was that way from head to toe. And so like I don't like to play with lotion and all of that type thing. And so for me, when I get out of the shower, I put on oil, just because for me at this time, I don't like to deal with butter all the time. You know, every now and then I'll put butter on, especially if it's something where it's like, ooh, let me get this issue on my skin. Then I'll put on like shea butter. Shea butter. Not so much mango butter, but yeah, shea butter. Then I'll do that. So even for my oils, I've definitely put my intentions and I'm mindful with my oils. It's not, let me just slap it on. Like you see people just slapping on lotion just for the sake of putting on lotion and getting everything. No. Mindfulness, intentions. So when I created my oils, when I made my oils, not created because I just use olive oil, avocado oil, whatever oil I'm using, it is that oil. But I'm putting my intentions into the oil. I'm putting my intentions into the ingredients that I'm putting into my oils. I'll infuse some oils. Some oils are just for this. Some oils are just for that. But when I'm putting those oils on, trust that they're already filled with the intentions that I need those oils to do. And I'm trusting that they're going to do it. Kind of like when you have a crystal. People have crystals, and when they have their crystals, they're like, okay, I'm going to use, for example, this is a common one. People will use a rose quartz to attract love or to deal with something in the area of love, maybe self-love, but it's love, so they have that crystal. It is charged for that. They know that it's charged for that. They carry it with them and they do their thing. For me, I don't do crystals. I have crystals. I have my gemstones. I have my stones. I have all of that. But I don't use them as much as I use other things. And it's because I'm being an individual. And so for me, my oils are charged. My oils are filled with intentions. My oils, I'm very mindful with the things that I use. And so for me, when I get out of the shower, instead of me slapping on lotion, I'm putting on my oil. And remember, before, when we were taking that shower, we were coming down, right? And so when I am putting on oil, I'm not going down. No, I'm not going down, but I'm being mindful. And so, we may go in a completely different direction with the oils, and the oils are going on in a certain way. So for example, I'll do my face. I have an oil that is for my hair. I have an oil that is for my body. But even though it's for my body, I'm not starting with the arms, you're starting with the face. And so we're starting with the face because our hair is already going to have oil in it, but we're working from the crown down, right? And so my oil is also infused with a protection oil. And so because it is a protection oil, amongst many other things, then I'm being protected. But I'm also protecting myself from top down, right? And so that I put my oil on in a specific order. And again, this topic is just about being mindful and being intentional. And so the reason I want to bring it to your attention is because for people who want to get deeper on their spiritual journey, you have to question everything. And questioning everything is just, why am I putting on lotion? For people who put on lotion, I don't wear lotion, but I completely understand when people say they put on lotion. Like, it's to take away the ash, it's to moisturize skin, And so for me, it's like, I can do better than that. Let me definitely do better than that. Or let me do that and, multitask. And so for me, because my oils are multitasking, I've infused my oils with things, different ingredients. And with me infusing my oils and everything, like my entire setup is completely different, but that's my spiritual walk. And so because I do spiritual talks and advice on here, I just want you to be mindful that that is something that you can totally do. If you are eating, be mindful. Like, stop just eating just for the sake of, oh, I'm hungry. Like, I'm hungry, but let me stop for a moment. Let me think, what does my body need? Am I tired right now? Could I use some energy right now? Okay, so maybe I shouldn't eat something that's heavy. Maybe I should eat something that's lighter. And even if I eat something lighter, maybe I have to have more of it. So maybe it should be a smoothie. Maybe it should be a juice. Maybe I should have a big juice and I just sip on that juice because I'm not really hungry. I just need something to pick me up. So even if I just do orange juice and just get 32 ounces of OJ in me and just sip on it for the next couple of hours, that'll be good to finish me up for the rest of the time at work. Yeah, that'd be good. And it's just like, oh man, I didn't have to weigh my stomach down. And if I'm already tired and sluggish, guess what? Like, if you eat something heavy, your body's going to start trying to process that stuff. And it's going to take that energy to start processing. And you're going to feel even more tired. And people, never mind, I'm not going to go into the itisness or anything. But yeah, it's just you're getting tired. You're pulling on all of this energy to do that work, to digest. And don't do that. Like, do something light. Like, if you are tired, if you're sleepy, if you're sluggish, if you got that slump in the day, like the heavy thing you don't need the heavy thing. You need something light. You need something light because it's going to take less wear and energy from your body to process it, So yeah, just that. And then just depending on who you are, like that lightness may be best in the form of a drink because like, how are you at hydrating? Like, are you really hungry or are you thirsty? Like, just different things. So be mindful, okay? Try to take some days or some times where you're definitely not on autopilot and you're being mindful. And we're going to definitely do some more videos where we can go a little bit deep to show you how being on autopilot is probably hurting you. Now, I'm not saying autopilot is 1,000% bad. But when you are on your journey and you're trying to be more aware, then you need to snap out of your autopilotness and you need to actually just be aware and be mindful. And when you're mindful, then you can make changes that are better for you. Again, going back to that whole alarm clock thing, alarm clocks, they just don't work for me. And so alarm clocks, they don't have to work for me because I have an internal alarm clock that I use and I work with. And so it's just, yeah. And I think once you start doing that type of thing, you'll see how amazing that the body is. Like, how does my body know what time it is? What's going on? I'm not looking at the time when I'm asleep, but my body knows what time it is. Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, you start seeing way more and understanding that the body is so freaking awesome. And so, yeah, you start using everything to your advantage and you start taking your power back. Because to me, when you just slap on lotion and you just go out into the world and come back and got different energies on you and everything, like, you're not walking in your power. Like, have you ever, and I'm just going to end it with this, I'm going to leave y'all hanging, but I'm letting you know now so it's not like it's being mean, but it's like, have you ever gone out and for me, I would have, if it's me and I'm coming home or I have my child is very sensitive. very sensitive. So when I say she's sensitive, she can walk in a room. Like, I used to do this to her, but she can now do this on her own, which I think is awesome. But she's really sensitive. So she could walk into a room and she knows, like, she can read energies, right? And so she can see, okay, that's somebody I need to stay away from. That person is cool. That person has good energy. Okay, this person that's walking up to me has a funky ass attitude and I'm gonna have to deal with it, you know? And so it's just, you know, different things. She can pick up on it. She's very sensitive. But while she's also very sensitive to it, she can also open herself up to that energy being put on her. And so let's just say you come up and you got a funky ass attitude and I'm going off smooth off on you, and then I come up, me just being me, and I'm like, hey, how are you? I'm fine. What? Like, and then it's like, ooh, wait, what the heck? What the girl? Who? What? You know? And it's just because that energy from that person, some of it is on her. And so she now knows, you know, hey, I need to protect myself. And so because energies do all of those different things, whether you agree to it or not, it is, and it does. And so being mindful, you have to protect yourself. You have to do all these things, and that's what your spiritual journey is for. Your spiritual journey is here to help you become more aware. So again, there's this saying about what you don't know won't hurt. Don't forget, if you have any questions, please submit a question or comment below and I will get right back to you. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified as soon as I upload a video. Until then, I will see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you for watching and y'all have a great day. Okay,